Hi, Team Piccolo. It's me, Miss Garcia Lopez, our third grade bilingual teacher. Today, I'm actually going to challenge you all to do a math scavenger hunt. For this math scavenger hunt, you could do it on your own, or you could do it with family members. You could do it on your own and then challenge your family members. It's totally up to you. For this scavenger hunt, you're actually going to search around your home and gather some things, of course, with your family member's permission. And then we're going to create, or you're each going to create your own math problems using those items. The challenge is that you're going to be creating multiplication and division equations using those items so that we can keep practicing our multiplication and division using those different strategies that you've been learning. It's so important for us to be practicing these strategies and to see that really there's math all around us and it could be really fun. For this video, we're going to be using and saying some important math key terms. So I wanted to review them before we got started. So I'm also going to be using some actions for those words. So for example, for groups, equal groups, I'm going to use this symbol and for the term equal groups. So you can go ahead and say it and do it with me. Equal groups. Nice. And for size, I'm going to use this symbol and the vocabulary of size. So go ahead and try it and say it and do it with me. Size. Nice. Then we have total. So it's our total amount. Go ahead and say and do total. Great. Next, we have product, which, as we know, is our answer when we multiply. So product, our answer when we multiply. And quotient, which is our answer when we divide. So go ahead and try that out. Quotient. Nice. Okay. So I've actually already gone ahead and collected some items around my home. And we are going to, or I'm going to show you some examples of how I've created some math problems using those items. And then we're going to solve them as well. So this first item is actually something that I grew up eating a lot. I am a Latina and both of my parents are Mexican. So we had this regularly and I do still eat it a lot. So I have here a package of tortillas. So for this first math problem that I wanted to make, I wanted to figure out how many like tacos or enchiladas or burritos I would be able to make using this package. Now, I live with my fiance, so we would both be sharing this package. So I already went ahead and wrote out a math problem for this. So in one package of tortillas, there are 12, because it says 1 dozen right there. There are 12 tortillas. My fiance and I will share them equally, or so I hope. So how many tortillas will each of us be able to eat? I'm going to be using the read, draw, write strategy. Of course, since we're making our own equations or our own math problems, we're writing them out, not reading something. So now we're going to go ahead and using those digits that we already have, we're going to try to figure out, am I going to have to multiply and create a multiplication equation to solve for this, or am I going to divide and use a division equation to solve for it? So I know there are 12 tortillas in total. So that one was pretty easy to figure out. So I have 12 tortillas in total. So I know my total is 12. Now, something that is, a quick trick is that if I already know my total, it's highly likely that I'm actually going to be dividing and not multiplying. And my fiance and I will share them equally. So there's 2 of us that are going to be sharing them. So if I think about it, then that's going to be not my size because it's not how many each of us are eating, but in total there's two of us that are going to be sharing it. So then it's my equal number of groups is 2. So then that leaves me with knowing that my unknown that I'm solving for is my size, right? How many each of us will be able to eat. I'm going to use a variable to stand for my size, so I'll just use T for the tortillas. And since I already know that I do have my total, that's a quick giveaway that it is a division equation. So I'm going to go ahead and write my division equation. 12 divided by 2 equals T. For the next part of drawing it out, you could draw it out if you'd like. If you're, of course, brilliant and you can do mental math and right away know 12 divided by 2 is blank, then you can just go ahead and solve that right away. I'm going to just show the distributive strategy or break apart strategy where you just distribute out your total to your number of groups. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out 2 groups, and I'm going to distribute this 12 equally until I get to the total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now that I've drawn those out, I can count the size for each of them. So my size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay. So T equals 6. So each of us will be able to eat 6 tortillas if we share them equally. So that's our first math problem that we create already solved and written out. For your math problems that you can create, you can be as imaginative as you want. You could be as exaggerated as you want, or as realistic as you'd like. It's totally up to you. For this next math problem that I created, it's not actually something that I have in my home, but it's actually something that I did. So yesterday, I actually watched 4 back-to-back episodes on Netflix. And each of those episodes was like 20 minutes long. So I want to figure out how much time did I spend watching Netflix yesterday. So I've written out my word problem there. And now, just like with the tortillas, we are going to look at the digits that we do have, figure out, is this my total, my groups, or my size, to then be able to figure out, is this going to be a multiplication equation or a division equation? So I watched 4 episodes on Netflix. So if I think about it, 4 episodes, and each of them was 20 minutes long. I don't know my total amount. So then those 4 episodes are actually my equal groups. So I know that the groups are 4. And each of those was 20 minutes long. So that then is my size. My size is that they are 20 minutes each. And the total amount of minutes that I spent is what I'm solving for. So I'm just, again, going to put a variable to stand for that. So I'm just going to put an M for the total amount of minutes that I spent yesterday watching Netflix. Since I do know my groups and my size, and I'm solving for my total, then I'm going to have to multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and write out my multiplication equation. Since we're multiplying, we could use the commutative property and write out either the 4 times 20 or 20 times 4, as we already know, because you're also smart, that our product is still going to be the same. no matter the order that those are in. So I'm just going to go ahead and write 4 times 20 minutes equals m. There you go. For the next step of drawing it out, you can use any strategy that you'd like. You can make an array where you have 4 groups, and each of those has 20 minutes in it. You can create, just drawing out 4 groups and putting 20 minutes in each one, then counting up your total. I'm actually going to use just a quick trick of, like using place value. So I know that 20 is actually just 2 tens. So I'm going to rephrase that as 4 times 2 tens. And then it's much easier for me to solve for this. So 4 times 2 tens. So I know that 4 times 2 is 8. And we have our tens. So our total is 8 tens. And since we're so brilliant again, I already know that 8 tens is 80. So I spent a total of 80 minutes yesterday watching Netflix. So I need to spend some more time doing other things this week. It can be a personal goal for myself of doing different things or different activities. Maybe it can be a personal goal for you too. You can, again, you can do the same word problem, but maybe make it even more exaggerated. So instead of, 4 episodes, you can make it up and say, oh, my brother watched 15 episodes and each of them was 50 minutes long, and then solve for that. So again, you can make it as fun and exaggerated and creative as you'd like, since these are your own math problems that you're creating using things around your house. This last example that I'm going to show you is actually using something that I've been making sure that I'm eating or drinking a lot of, which is vitamin C. Vitamin C actually really helps our immune system. And our immune system is actually like our defense system. It helps protect us against sicknesses and illnesses, bacteria and viruses that might try to get into our bodies. So if we are eating things with a lot of vitamin C in them, drinking things with a lot of vitamin C in them, then that means that our immune system is going to be much stronger and healthier. So something that has a lot of vitamin C in it is orange juice, which is great. And something that's pretty cool, maybe some of you, of course, already know this, is that on the back, or sometimes like on the side of cereal boxes, tortillas, have it right there too, is that it actually tells you the nutrition facts or the things that are in that item. So if you look there, I can see that it has 103 milligrams of vitamin C, which is so great. The trick here is that it's 103 milligrams per serving, in one serving. And at the top, it says that there are about 7 servings per container. So it has 103 milligrams of vitamin C in one serving. And in this whole bottle, there's 7 servings. So that's another math multiplication or division equation that we can solve. I already went ahead and wrote it out. Instead of doing 103, I just estimated it to 100 milligrams and 7 servings. So I'm actually not going to solve this one. I am going to challenge you guys to try to solve it. So it's 7 servings, and there are about 100 milligrams in one serving. So on your own, think if this is going to be a multiplication equation or a division equation, and solve it. You can, of course, create your own and have fun with it. Most of all, take care. that's it for now. Have a good one.